Here we go. So yeah, 5 on each side of that dorsiflexion test, and then you can rest up. Okay, so we're going to go for one more set of that. Again, you can be grabbing that weight object or applying pressure with the hands on top of that knee, but keeping that full front foot flat, knee tracks to the toe. When you find the end range point, allow the heel to just drift off the floor by an inch or so, and then ease off and go for 4 more of those. Okay, so when you're ready, another set of 5 on each side, and we'll come and retest the dorsiflexion again. Good, and make sure again we're pausing for a second when you find that end range point. Good, 5 on each side here, and then we'll come and retest. See how those ankles feel after a little bit of work. What's that, Amory?
Sometimes I pick it up like it weighs a ton, you know, like a body, dead body. And then you find on a Saturday you're doing a body, you're doing snatches and you're throwing them out 10 at a time.
So that's another way where you can gauge how the session is going to go, how the weight feels when you start. So in the warm-up, if you pick up the dumbbell, pick up the bar, and yeah, it sometimes feels like 200 kilos or it sometimes feels like 5. Yeah, that'll usually dictate how the session goes. Once you do 5 minutes cycling, you then go forward and go to retest. Get yourself back in front of the wall, back in front of the door. And then in that section, again, one foot from the other, pressing the overarch toe this time, make sure that full foot stays flat. And then see how far away you can get that front foot from the wall. Again, you can start with that knuckles length distance away from the wall. If that's good, if you can still get your knees come in contact with the wall, move that foot a little further back. Hopefully now we've got a little more range there, even if it's just about an inch or so. But this one will help a lot, especially when we come back into our squat holds. Also should be feeling good after all the jumping that you did on the weekend, if you did 21.2. Okay, so next one, we're going to focus on our hip flexors next. Okay? So again, big one, nice and specific to our squat. If you've ever felt as we're trying to press our hips back and down into that squat, tightness to the front of the hip, this one will be great for you. Potentially move into the quads as well, which will be great for our squat. Okay? So set up with a raised surface, so bench, couch, wherever you've got. And then if you know you're going to need a pad for that back knee, grab that as well, use a pillow or towels you can grab. Okay? And then we'll set up in that lunge stance with our back foot raised on whatever object we've got. Okay? And then usual lunge stance, nice for the front shin, torso's upright, squeezing the back glute, should be a nice straight line from the hip through the quad into the knee of that back line. Okay? So get yourself set up there, the back foot should be flush with whatever object we're using. And then we're going to go for 2 15-second holds. Okay, first 15 seconds, all we think about doing is keeping the core tight, keeping the chest upright. We're going to press this through while still squeezing the back glute. Okay, trying to get those hips as far through as we can. You should feel the hip flexors, the front of the hips, all that back leg right up. Okay, we're going to hold for 15 seconds, and then once we're through 15, we're then going to rotate away from that back leg, which is far right as you can. See if you can get your hands to come in contact with that back foot. Okay, we'll target there. 15 second hold again, still thinking about pressing the six through, but keeping the core tight, squeezing the glutes as well. Okay, so 15 seconds pressing through, 15 seconds rotating, and then we'll rest the squat sides. Good to go. If we're ready, get set up that timer. We'll go in 3, 2, 1. So press hips through to start with. 15 seconds. Try not round your back too much. So keep the core tight. Squeeze the back glute. Looking for all that stretch to occur through the front hip. Okay, and then when you're ready, rotate away from that back leg, which is as far around as you can. Make sure that core still stays tight. We're still pressing hips through. Feel that stretch all the way through the front hip, potentially up through the midline as well. Okay, 2, 1, and rest there. Take your time on the swap sides, and then go for the same again on the opposite leg. Okay, we'll go in 5 seconds. 2, 1, when you're ready, pressing hips through. Core stays tight, squeezing the glute of the back leg. Good, keep the torso upright. We'll rotate away from that back leg in 2, 1, when you're ready. Rotating away, which is as far out as you can with your hands. We're still pressing hips through, still looking for that stretch to occur in hip flexion of the back leg. Almost there, keep pressing. 2, 1. Okay, and rest there. Good work. So I'll give you 30 seconds. Shake out your legs. And then move that again. Hopefully loosen off those hips. And then when we come back into that squat test, should be able to sit a little lower down without feeling that tension from the front hip. Give you about another 10 seconds on your rest there. Okay, so going back to the start, wherever leg you start on. Again, 15 seconds pressing through. Hopefully now we can maybe squeeze about an inch or 2 deeper into that stretch. We'll go in 3, 2, 1, when you're ready. Good, so pressing hips through, keep the torso upright. Hopefully those hip flexors are feeling a little looser now. Almost there, keep pressing. Ready to rotate in 3, 2, 1. Rotating away from that back leg, which is as far out as you can. Feel that stretch increase through the front hip, and then potentially move up through the core as well. Good, and keep pressing through. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay, take your time, swap sides. And then we'll go for the same again.
Actually, I can feel it more in the quad. Is that okay? Does it just mean the quads are
So that's fine. That'll just show that your hip flexors are loose enough that you can press far enough through that the stretch then moves into your quad, but you'll still benefit from it. If you've got super tight quads, a squat's still going to be hard, so you'll still feel that benefit when you come back into our squat holds. Okay, pressing through in 2, 1, off you go. So same again, try and get that front shin nice and vertical. Press those hips through as far as we can. You got 5 seconds. We're going to rotate in 2, 1. Rotating away from that back leg for the last time. Remember, still squeezing the glute with the back leg. Press those hips as far through as we can, keeping the core tight. Last little bit, 5 seconds. Get as far around as you can. 2, 1, and rest. Okay. I'll give you a second there again. That is quite an intense one. Should get legs. We're going to go for one more, focusing on hips, and then we'll come back in and go back into our squat test. Now for this one, you will need that bar. Okay, so final one, focusing on the lower body. We're going to go for our seated adductor stretch. Okay, so again, with that bar, in that seat position. You can see there. But again, our feet nice and wide, so just like our usual sumo stance. So you get your feet into your usual squat stance and then you pop them a bit wider and then get that bar in contact with the heels if you can. Okay? Now from there, we're then going to drop our chest as low down to the floor as we can, making sure we're still driving our kneecaps down from the floor, those legs stay extended as we reach forward. And then you also get your chest and torso as low down to the ground as you can. Okay, you should feel all the way through the inside hips right out there, through those adductors. They'll help you when we're thinking about driving our knees out on our way down to that squat. Okay? If you can, just grab that bar, use it as a little bit of lever, try and pull the torso a little further down if possible. Give you a little bit of aid there. Okay? Now, if you're ready, we're going about 10 seconds. We're looking for 30 seconds here. We'll then rest up and then go for one more hold. Okay? If you're ready, team, we'll go in 3, 2, 1, off you go. So drop the chest low down as you can. Make sure we're still driving those kneecaps down. Keep those legs extended. Good. We're trying to get as low down that squat as you can. As always, focusing on breathing there. Slow inhale, slow exhale. Try and drop the chest low down as you exhale into that stretch. Almost there, so you've got 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay, are we all feeling that squat through the inside the hips? Okay, so again, this is one that will help as we think about driving our knees out, the deeper down we get into that squat. Okay, now we would usually go for a static stretch for more than 10-15 seconds. Also, because we're just going for bodyweight movements or PVC movements, we can unlock that range and not worry too much about throwing this in before a squat session. Okay, so if you're in the gym and going for a heavy squat session, when we get back to those bars, back to the weights, I wouldn't recommend doing static stretching more than, say, 10-15 seconds. All we're doing there is unlocking range that our body isn't quite ready for. So if you go through that rebuild protocol, go through your static stretching, you can then sit 2 inches lower down to your squat, but your body's not quite strong enough or stable enough in those extra 2 inches. That's when we're then risking a little bit of injury. Okay, so throwing those static stretches after a heavy squat session or beforehand if you're just going for bodyweight movements or PVC movements. Okay? Give you about 10 seconds left on that rest, and then we'll get going again. So again, another 30-second hold, make sure driving those knees down. Should be able to drop the chest a little bit down for this one. Use that bar if you can as that lever. Just pull the torso a little further down into that stretch. Okay? If you're ready, we'll go in 3, 2, 1, off you go. Good, so 30 seconds again, get as low down that squat as you can. Good, bonus points then when you can get this torso parallel to the floor. That's your goal there. 10 seconds left. Keep pulling the torso down, you've got 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay. Very nice. So that is us through our mobility section. Focus on the lower body. We'll go through a couple more drills for the upper body next. But we're going to come back into our reverse squat test. Okay. So without the bar for this one, just get yourself into that squat. As I was stating, your hips close on a slight leg. You'll move your squat stance yourself. You've got lifters, you can chuck them on for this if you need to. Okay. We're then sending the bottom back to the heels, keep that torso upright. We're going to drag the knees out, so as low down that squat as we can. And then we're just going to spend a bit of time there. Okay, whatever you feel comfortable doing, 10 seconds, 30 seconds, whatever works, making sure that back stays flat, chest stays up, driving the knees out. You should be feeling a little looser now. You'll sit a little bit down. You'll look more comfortable in that squat as well. But again, just spend as long as you feel comfortable in that squat. But hopefully we've now seen improvements, whether it's being able to get the knees a little further over the toes, being able to stay flat-footed a little bit longer. Good. And as always, we're putting those squats in after the build up protocol, just to solidify that range we just gained. Okay, so once you're through that squat hold, we're then going to add in an overhead element with that bar. Okay, as a little bit of a test, because the next part of the build protocol is going to focus on upper body. Okay, so pecs, shoulders, lats, and upper middle back, T-spine area. Okay, so with that bar, up to where you start with your hands, you go for that snatch grip. You can go potentially wider than snatch grip, closer in, whatever works. Bear in mind that potentially those shoulders are feeling quite tight just now. Okay, and then we're going to try to sit down into that overhead squat. So same setup as you just did. We're now driving that bar up overhead, pressing through those shoulders, making sure that bar stays over our center of mass, so over the crown of our head. We're then going to sit as low down into that squat as we can, and keeping the chest upright, constantly driving up on that bar. Okay? Again, start pretty easy here. It's up to where you start with those hands, just whatever feels comfortable. We're seeing how those shoulders are feeling, how the lats are feeling. We'll then retest this after you've gone through that mobility work. So again, just spend as much time as you feel comfortable in that squat. See how close you can get your hands together. See how those shoulders are feeling. Take a mental note of where you got to, what point you got to with your hands on that bar. Good, okay, once you spend a little bit of time involved with that overhead squat, we'll then go into our first drill. We're going to focus on the shoulders and the pecs first, okay? Now you will need a wall or a solid object to lean against. Okay, so first one thing we're looking for are seated wall angles. Okay, so up to what you do with your legs, our main goal is to try and get our full spine contact with that wall, okay, or structure. So making sure from the tailbone, up through the lower back, up from my shoulders, and my neck should all be in contact with that wall. You can cross your legs, try straight, whatever works. Okay? And then from there, we're going to start with our hands and our elbows in contact with that wall. Putting those elbows in nice and close. We're then going to drive up, making sure again, lower back stays in contact with the wall. We're going to try to extend our arms over the head. Think about the end position of something like our strict press. That's what we're going to create with this wall angel. Okay? So of course these nice and tight. We're going to run the hands up the wall, extend those arms as much as we can, and then come back and start nice, slowly controlled movement there. Okay, so we start that stretch. We're looking for elbows tucked in. Again, hands, forearm, and elbow should all be in contact with the wall there. We're then going to press up overhead, extend those arms if we can, and we come back down to the start. Okay? Now we're looking for 5 reps there. But again, take it nice, slow and steady. We want to control all the way through that range. This one should be lighting up the pecs and shoulders. Again, make sure lower back stays in contact with the wall there. Good team. So go through 5, and then you can rest up. We feeling that through the upper body, through the chest, through the shoulders? Good.
Yeah.
So take a look at the rest there, then we're going to go for 5 more. Go ahead, extend those arms, making sure again, lower back stays pressed into that wall. We're going to extend those arms up, see if we get the biceps almost next to the ears. And then come back down to the start, making sure forearm, hand, and elbow stay in contact with the wall there. Okay, when you're ready, team, you can go for that second set of 5. Good, as slow as possible here. Control that rep as much as we can. You can reset between each rep, but make sure you get that lower back in contact with the wall. Amber, you look like you're loving this one.
It's a birdie one.
The Bernie one. It's a good one though. Now it's time to convert it to all of our overhead work. So whether it's a press, an overhead squat, catching that snatch, whatever maybe. This one will help if you've got those slightly tighter shoulders. Okay. Once we go through that second set 5, we're then going to go into our supinated clear stretch. Okay, so leave that bar again. If you've got a full roller, you can use it for this one also. But for this one, we're going to focus on those lats and then a little bit through the T-spines in between those shoulder blades as well. Okay? Now we're setting up from the hands and knees. We're going to bring our hands on top of that bar, on top of the full roller. See there? And we're going to supinate our hands. So we turn our palms up to the ceiling. Okay? Now from there, I'm then going to extend our arms away from me, drop my chest and shoulders down towards the floor. If I can, keep those palms rotating up to the sky. Okay? Now we're going to hold this one for 20 seconds. Again, always do this, we'll try and drop those armpits as low down to the floor as we can. Okay, if you've got that full roller, great, use it. If not, you can use your bar. If it's going to put a bit too much pressure on the wrists or on the forearms, you can wrap it up in a t-shirt or wrap it up in a blanket or something like that. Just make it a little easier. Okay, set up from hands and knees. Turn those hands up to the ceiling, and then you can extend the arms away from you as you do that. Drop the chest and shoulders down towards the floor. We should feel this all the way through, flat all the way through the armpit. If we're all happy, if we've all found that stretch, we'll go for our first 20 seconds. Okay, going in, 3, 2, 1, off you go. So dropping the armpits down there, make sure those palms stay rotate up towards the sky. Good, and then as always with our 20-second holds, control your breathing here as you exhale so you can drop a little bit lower down. Almost, you've got 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay, shake out the arms there. I'll give you about 30 seconds to rest, and then we'll go for one more hold. Okay? And we're feeling this through the armpit, through the lat, potentially through the shoulders a little bit as well.
Yep.
So if possible, we're feeling this more through the upper back and the lower back. Okay, so as you drop the shoulders down, try and make sure that you keep that core tight. I will not look for too much rounding in that lower back. Okay, we want the rounding to occur in the upper back or the shoulders there. Okay, so as you drop the armpits down towards the floor, just be conscious that you're keeping that core tight and not allowing the back to overextend too much. Okay, so if you're ready, we'll hold 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Going back into that stretch. Ease down into it again as we exhale, so you can drop those armpits a little bit further down. Keep those palms rotated up towards the sky. Good, you can keep pressing down there. You got 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay. Very nice. Hopefully now, lats feel a little looser, shoulders feel a little looser. We're then going to go into our next one, which is going to focus on our T-spine a little more. Okay, so once we have, if you think about that front back, think about bringing our arms in flexion there, raising our hands up. So things like our overhead presses or overhead squats, things like that. Okay, then you need the bar for this one. You also need something to sit on. And then you'll need a foam roller or a pillow or something you can pop between your knees. Okay? Now for this one, we're set up. Twisting down all whatever object you've got, grabbing that foam roller or pillow towels that you've got, popping it in between the knees, just to stabilize the lower body there. We're then going to bring the bar, pop it onto our back. So as we do for our back squat, just in between the traps and shoulders there, getting those elbows underneath that bar if we can. Okay? Now from there, once we're set, we're thinking about bringing our core nice and tight, closing the gap between our ribcage and our hips, and then we're going to rotate as far to one side as we can. Again, making sure that core stays tight. We don't want to see any rounding in that lower back. Rotate round. Once you find that point you can't quite rotate any further, you're then going to side bend, come back up, and then rotate round again, side bend, back up, and then for the third time, rotate round, side bend, and then you can come back to the start. Okay, so we're looking for 3 rotations plus a side bend on each side. Okay, all the way through that, we're making sure elbows stay underneath that bar, core stays tight. If we can, get that nice tall chest, rotate round, and then we will go for 3 rotations and side bends. Okay? So when you're ready to even get started with that, so Anne-Marie, you don't have to come all the way back to the start. You're going to bend down, come back up, and then rotate from that point. Good, yeah. So each time you're trying to get a little bit further around if you can.
Oof.
Good team, so 3 rotations plus side bends on each side, and then you can rest. Again, your main goal here, each time you side bend, is to rotate a little bit further around after that if you can. And then all we're doing is spacing out the joints a little bit in the T-spine, so in that upper middle back. Okay, so take that rest, and then we'll go for one more set. When you're ready, 3 rotations on each side. Again, get as far right as you possibly can, keep that core tight, keep those elbows tucked underneath the bar, and then you can bend, come back up, rotate even further out. Again, on the second set, hopefully we've unlocked maybe an inch or so further round into that rotation. Good team. So nice and controlled, 3 on each side, and then you can rest up. Okay, and then next one we're coming back into our mobility test. So back into our overhead squat. And the goal here is to progressively whip your hands closer in. Ideally, we're going to end up in a clean grip overhead squat. Okay, so start with those hands nice and wide as always. So snatch grip, up the hands slightly wider if you need to. Making sure that bar stays over the crown of the head. And then as we do for our squat, send the bum back to heels, constantly riding up on that bar. Sit as low down as we can, so whether it's just flexion in the hip and knee, whether it's just got parallel, whatever it may be, sit as low down as you can. Obviously making sure we keep that upright torso and we don't let that back to start to round. Okay? So sit as low down to that squat as you can. Once you've stood tall, you can then pop those hands about an inch closer in, go for another squat. If you're able to complete that full squat without losing that nice upright torso, you can then bring your hands another inch closer in, and so on. See how close we can get our grip on that bar. Nice, Anne-Marie, you're looking strong there.
Squat goals, Anne-Marie.
Good, so really good position there. Only thing is come a little bit slower down with that squat now. So just control that center a little bit more, and then go. Nice, Jen. Next one, just start with that bar about an inch further over your head. So just now it's about over the middle of your head, one over the crown of your head. So about an inch from the back. Good, yeah, that's better. Nice, team. Keeping that control, constantly driving up against that bar. Work your hands in as close as you can. Once you find that point, you can't quite sit down in that squat with your grip width, you can then rest up. Nice, okay. So again, low challenge there for the shoulders, for the T-spine, and then obviously for that squat as well. But all we're doing, putting that squat after our mobility work is again solidifying that range we just unlocked. So if you sit about an inch lower down that squat, potentially get your knees an inch further over your toes. We want to make sure we go to the end range points, so sit all the way down to that squat, just so we're not starting from square one the next time we come into our mobility work. Okay? Now, for our next part, we're going to go for 10 overhead squats. Okay, so all you need is that bar. Again, if you've got lifters, you can pop them off this. And then we're going to have our hands in our snatch grip. Okay, so wherever that is for you, just making sure you do that full pass through and that bar should sit in at the hip crease. Okay, so roughly where your trousers will meet your top. Okay, and then once we find our snatch grip, again, making sure we do that full pass through if possible, and then full grip on that bar, so fingers all the way around. You can full grip this if you want to, but you don't need to. We're then going to go for our 10 overhead squats. Okay, so same setup as we just had for those snatch grip overhead squats. We're going to have the bar in front of our head, drive our shoulders up through the bar, core nice and tight. And in that starting position, bar speed over the front of my head, over my shoulders, over my hips, and over my heels. Okay? Now from there, then send my bum back towards my heels and control my descent as slow as I possibly can. Okay, if I can, keep my feet flat here, just give myself that nice strong base to work from. Drive up against that bar, control that set as much as I can, and then I can stand. Okay? So your challenge is make this squat as slow as possible. Okay, we're going to count this at 15 seconds. So you're going slower than 15 seconds down with that squat. You can count it there and then stand. Okay? But again, as slow as possible, all the way down to that squat. Take as long as you can sit down. And then once you find the lowest point in that squat you can get, you can then stand tall and relax. Okay, we're only going for one squat per set. So control as much as you can, give full effort to that one rep, and then you can rest up. Okay? So when you're ready, one squat, as slow as possible down into that squat, and then you can stand up and relax. Good, again, bonus points to anyone who can go slower than 15 seconds. Good, as slow as possible, team. All the way, we're driving up through that bar, making sure our weight stays towards our heels. Once you're through one, you can rest up, shake out those legs. Nice, team. Okay, so no right pause for burning, but slowly go down to that squat. The stronger we'll be when we think about getting those bars and getting those weights up over our heads. Okay, now we're going to go for 2 more sets. Again, just one squat per set. So making this as slow as we possibly can. Control that set all the way down, keep the weight towards the heels, and then you can then stand up once you find the lowest point of that squat we can get to. Okay, but once you feel ready, you can go for that second rep. Good. Slowest eccentric that we possibly can. Nice, Anne-Marie. Good position again. Next one. Just make sure that core stays tight. So when you start, bring the belly line in, close the gap between your ribs and your hips, core nice and tight, and then squat down. Okay? That'll just keep your torso in a nice straight line. Good. So once you do that second squat, rest as needed there. Shake out the legs, and then we'll go for one more set. Okay, now this is everything you got, as slow as you possibly can. Want to see someone break that 15-second barrier? You got it in you. I believe in you. Nice and slow and controlling the way down. All the way through. We're thinking about driving those knees out, driving up against that bar. Embrace the quad burn. Nice, Anne-Marie, you got it. Stay strong, keep that control. Nice, Jen. Keep driving up on that bar. Good team, really nice. Okay, so rest and relax. You can drop that bar as well. We don't need it for this next one. Okay. Hopefully now we're feeling a little more strong and stable in our overhead squat. So next time we come to that bar, we've got a little more confidence so you can get into that overhead squat as well. Okay? Now for our next one we have Supermans. So again, just looking to strengthen all the way through that posterior chain and then up through the shoulders as well. Okay? Set for this one. We're lying flat on our side. Feet are together, arms are extended, it's like shoulder width distance apart there. Okay? And then from there, get my heels and the hands as high up as I can. Create an angle shape through my body, squeeze my glutes once I find that top of the range of mine. Okay, so getting the chest, getting the heels up off the floor. And then relax and go down. Okay? Now, moving on from last week, we went for 5s. This time we're looking for 10s. Okay, again, as slow as you possibly can. Get those heels up as high as you can. Raise up arms with them. At the top of that movement, you want to feel the glutes working, the lower back working, and then your shoulders working as well. Okay? 10 nice slow controlled reps, and then you can rest up. When you're ready to get started with that one, again, nice slow and controlled all the way through that. Good. See if we can get the shoulders up off the floor, get those heels as high as we can. Again, this is a great one for strengthening all the way through that posterior chain, through the shoulders. And one you can do at home without any weights. Good. Keep that control. Keep working through those 10 reps. See you, Anne-Marie. I see you. Good. Once you're through your 10, you can rest and relax. Good, and make sure we're feeling those glutes working. Make sure we're feeling that through the lower back as well.
Yes, a lot.
Good, so keep that quality high all the way through those 10 reps, and then you can rest up. Now, once you're through your 10s, up to you how much rest you take. Take between 30 seconds and a minute there. Again, we're looking for quality here, trying to make each rep look the same if we can.
Are we doing more?
So you got one more set, but I'll keep that quiet, just take your rest. Yeah, take 30 seconds to a minute rest, and then we've got one more set of 10. And then you are done. Okay, you can relax, you can rest.
Are you trying to make these reps really slow, or just like going up and pausing and coming back down?
Slow as possible. So all the way up at the top and all the way back down. You're just controlling that rep as much as possible.
Okay.
All we're looking for there is as much engagement through the muscles as we can. Good. When you're ready, go for that second set of 10. And then once we're through this, you can then rest up. Good. You can bring this up into 1 or 2 reps at a time. And then take 5-10 seconds between each 2 to 3 reps. Again, we're keeping that control all the way up, squeezing at the top, and then controlling that descent as well. Just so we can get back to the bars, back to deadlifts. We'll have solid posterior chains. Get PBs in the first week. Nice, you can get through that second set of 10. Again, making sure each rep we're feeling all the way through the posterior chain, working through the shoulders.